work at Middle Country Public Library, and today I'd like to talk to you about zendala. In this video, I will review the technique called zendala. They use the basic principles of Zentangle patterns and mandala art. So Zentangle is a method and it's easy to learn. It's relaxing, it's a fun way to create beautiful images by drawing patterns in a combination of either dots or lines or some simple curves. And Zentangle can be kind of random. You're just kind of like flowing the design. It's very relaxing just to draw and doodle. You could do it on paper with pencil if you wanted to. And mandala is more of a circular design of dots and geometric designs. And it's also, it's very like therapeutic and calming to look at. So combining the circular design of mandala and the lines and patterns of Zentangle, it forms an art called zendala. So creating zendala is a stress-free activity that allows your mind to slow down and you just focus on like one stroke at a time. It's a therapeutic process, which means there's no mistakes because you're creating art in the moment and with no planned design in mind. You can practice zendala on paper with pens or pencils, and you can add doodle patterns to a sketchbook, just sort of a nice way, sometimes even at night before you're going to bed, to just doodle in a sketchbook, just to kind of calm yourself. And you can try and create new patterns by adding shading to them or dots and geometric shapes. So to learn how to create zendalas, we're going to start by making a dot in the center, and then you draw your patterns out from there. And today I'm going to show you how to do that using either rocks that you collect at the beach or shells that you collect at the beach. So we're finally into summer, and now's the time that you might want to go to the beach and bring home some souvenirs, and this is a great way to kind of dress them up and add something to them. And sometimes it's helpful, if you're starting on a rock, it might be helpful to draw some guidelines. Give yourself a center, and you can do it with a pencil. Give yourself a center and then just draw yourself some guidelines, cross an X on it, and then maybe one more. Go through the center of both of those lines so that you have, as you start spiraling out, that you have some lines to use. And you're going to begin in the center of your rock, and then with using your imagination, draw your shapes out from there as you go. And you just want to start in the center, and maybe I want this one to have curves. Coming out. And you can rotate the rock around to do different things. And draw just like whatever you feel like drawing. Maybe these connect, maybe these have dots in the middle. And if you wanted to add color, you could add color. And like I said, it's just whatever you feel like doing. There's no right or wrong. And it's just sort of a nice calming way to create art. And pass the time. Maybe I'm going to make this one come down in a circle over here. That's kind of interesting. Almost makes it look like a wave. And you can kind of keep rotating your rock, whichever way is easier for you to draw. And just allow your ideas to flow. Maybe I want to add some color in between on this one. Put a blue color in there. Maybe this one has orange. I do like it with the colors. And maybe this one is a little more swirly, because I do like that wave. You just curve it around however you'd like. You see, I'm about halfway done. And I've added some colors and some different kinds of lines. Also, you could decide, like, you know, I'm using a lot of black on this one, but maybe do the whole thing in blue. And it's a bunch of blue lines, or the whole thing in red and it's a bunch of red lines. You could do it your favorite color. You could add colors going around in such a way that it looks like a rainbow. That would be beautiful too. I might have to try that one later. You can mirror your pattern. What do I mean by that? Okay, so you see how I have these waves here curving one way. Now in the next section of my pie, I'm going to copy them but going the other way. Pen's a little thicker going this way, so it looks a little different. And last, these little half circles that go up against the line. So you see there how, like, what I did in this one section, I did over here in the other section. That kind of mirrors it. Just something interesting. Just something different and interesting. Now I feel like I want to do the same thing. All right, I'm going to make circles in this one so that it looks like this pie shape. And then I'll make straight lines in this one so that it looks like this orange pie shape. But as you can see, this is kind of, it's kind of a quiet thing to do and calming, and there's no right or wrong, so it's kind of relaxing after all the stuff that we have to deal with every day. I'll make this one orange too. And there you go. That is drawing a zendala design on a rock that I found at the beach. And I will also show you how you can do it on a shell. Okay, so I have a couple of different shells, and it works whether you do a small shell or a large shell, it doesn't matter. And maybe for this, I think I will choose the blue, and I will make a blue design. And you could do it on the top of the shell, or I saw some very interesting ones that were on the inside, so that's what I'm going to try and do with this one, is on the inside. Let me see if I could just show you here. You could put your dot in the center, and then all of your design radiates out from there. And with pencil, you could draw yourself some little guidelines. Maybe I should do that first. Draw yourself some guidelines. And then you're going to use these sort of as sections to put your Zentangle lines within. So that it will end up with a sort of circular framework to it. But all your lines are whatever you think they should be. So you can start on paper if you'd like to kind of figure out what it is that you would like to do. And then you can put it over onto a shell. And the one thing is, you can start in the center and have it be circular all the way around, or which I might do on the shell, is I might decide to make it only part of the circle. Put my center by the edge of the shell and have the design radiate out from there. So I think I'm going to put perhaps right here, and then I can go straight up, out, so these are my guidelines. You can see that. And then I am going to fill it in with the different Zentangle lines. And I kind of like this little wiggly wave one. I'm going to try and do that someplace. These markers make that very satisfying squeak noise. I don't know if you like that or not, but maybe that's one of those noises that bothers you. If so, I apologize. But I think it's kind of neat. I've done a few so far. I'm not quite sure how far up into the shell I'd like to go, so I'm going to stop with that one and start on a different section, and then I can always add to it later. That's kind of the nice thing about this, is that we're going to start down low. Yeah, maybe we'll add some straight lines. Oops, I got a little close together there. Close together or further apart, it's whatever you feel comfortable with and whatever is pleasing to your eye, because this is completely your design and your art. Well, I'll stop there because the other one stopped there. Maybe this one is dots. And these markers I'm using are a permanent marker. I think that if you used a non-permanent marker, the colors might bleed too much or smudge as you're working on it. So some kind of fine-tipped permanent marker works good. I was going to use Sharpies. I know they come in a bunch of different colors, but these were a little bit less expensive. And I just looked online for them, and I was able to get them, order them online, and then go and do a curbside pickup. So that was pretty neat. I am a planner, so sort of doing something free-handed with no plan in mind. And I guess that's good sometimes, right? You challenge yourself. Sometimes it's good to challenge yourself and do something that you wouldn't normally do. And then you go, hey, that turned out pretty cool. I'm gonna try it again. Oh, I'm gonna go the opposite way. It's a spiral, but it's sort of a triangular spiral. What do you think of that? So there's a lot of different ways that you can draw and do what feels good to you. And you just kind of go around the shell, making the different designs. And then if you'd like to share them, I'd love to see them. You can post them on your social media. And if you use the hashtag MCPLATHOME, you can post that, and then we will get to see all of your beautiful creations. You can't quite see what I'm doing when I color it that way, can you? That's not fair, I can't see. Oh, there's that good squeak again. And a few more dots then to even this out. And you could really keep going and fill the entire shell. Maybe that's what I'll do, is I will keep going and then show you the entire shell when I'm done. Okay, and so this is my finished zendala shell. So I hope you enjoyed learning how to make a zendala art on shells and rocks that you find at the beach. I hope you have a great summer. Go out and find some stuff, go make some art, and enjoy. Be well.